Hi friends, Janet the Moline Library here. Today we are going to be making the American flag friendship pins that are part of the Teen Summer Reading Program. If you haven't already signed up, be sure to stop by, give us a call, or go online and get registered. For today's craft, everything that you need is in this little bag, but I do recommend that you have kind of like a soft cloth or a tablecloth or something, because if you've got a hard surface, these beads have a tendency to kind of bounce all around. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. You might find it helpful to have your beads laid out row by row for each safety pin before you get started, or you can just kind of hunt and peck as you go. So I've got my first row laid out here, and as you'll see in your instructions, it's 5 blues followed by white, red, white, red, white, red. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and slide those on there. You can hold the beads in your hand. I found it to be kind of helpful to just pick them up. That one doesn't seem to want to work. With the safety pin, just kind of pop them up like that. You also might need to pick them up and put them on if you're having some trouble getting them to go on. But just go ahead and put them on following that pattern. Sometimes they just want to be ornery. And as I said, they do like to skitter around even with the cloth. So if you do lose some beads or you find that you don't have enough in your kit, please just give me a call or send me an email and I can get you some more beads. All right, now that we've got the beads on there, we want to close it up. This one worked pretty well. Sometimes if you have a bunch of thick beads all at once, it might be a little hard to get closed. If you are having a lot of trouble getting your safety pins closed, there is an alternate pattern which has fewer beads on it. And if you have one of the packs that came a little bit later, we ended up not having enough of these larger beads, so we switched to some smaller beads, and you'll have a different pattern that just has more beads, but they're the smaller size. All right, so go ahead and make a total of 5 safety pins with this blue and red pattern, and then we're going to make a total of 6 safety pins with the red and white pattern. And that would be red and white. So you can see here where I'm just kind of hunting and pecking for the colors, and that works fairly well, but if you have them laid out ahead of time, that can save you some trouble, and it can also make sure that you get the right number of beads in the right order and everything. So whichever works for you. What is important though is that when you're doing the ones with the blue, you want to make sure that the next one down is white and that you end on red, and that when you are doing the ones that are only red and white, that you start and end with the red. That is very important to making of the American flag. So go ahead and make 5 of the ones with the blue and 6 with the ones with just red and white. Now that we have all of our safety pins loaded up with beads, the next step is to put it onto this large coilless safety pin. And we're going to start, and it'll feel a little bit backwards and upside down, but you're going to start with the ones that have the blue with the beads facing toward the right. And you're just going to slip those on, the 5 with the blue, going through the little coil at the top. All right, and then you're going to do the 6 that are red and white. And once we get all of those on, close that up to make sure they stay on. And then you're just going to kind of bring them around to the other side. And the reason that we're doing it that way is so that now this part that has the pin in it, you can put through your clothes, and because there's no coil, we were able to get these around to the other side. So that is what your pin will look like. If you had one of the pins packages that had the smaller beads, It will look pretty much the same. It'll look kind of like this. You'll have a few more beads, but basically the same shape and size. So I hope that you enjoyed making this. I hope that you have a wonderful Independence Day and you can wear your American flags with pride. If you are missing any beads or you lose some or you just have any questions, please be sure to give me a call or send me an email and I will be happy to help. Thanks. Have a great summer.